स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्ने दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीय सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। So then another devotee comes here. His name is Upendra. Upendra is a very, very poor boy, very poor. So then he goes to Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna tells you, you want money? Without asking, he knows what he wants. You want money? You will become very wealthy. He blessed him. Now you see this Upendra. When you study the life of Upendra, it's very interesting. In a tea shop, he was washing the tumblers. Imagine what the state of the Upendra. So then he goes to a bookshop and working there as a assistant. So then he purchases that bookstall. He starts a printing press and literally became crorepati, earning crores of rupees. See, this is the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. But when we see, when you go to God and ask for money, so that is Shreyas and Prayas. So Shreyas is different, Prayas is different. So Shreyas is which is really good for you. You ask for grace of Sri Ramakrishna, ask for divine experience of Sri Ramakrishna, that's all Shreyas. So when you ask for this money, so then Sri Ramakrishna blesses him, that is only prayers, what he wanted. ఒకటి చాలా ప్రియమైనది మనకి ప్రేయస్ అంటే. శ్రేయస్ అంటే మనకి నిజంగా అది మనకి మంచి చేస్తుంది. శ్రేయస్ వేరు, ప్రేయస్ వేరని. బట్ such is the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever he earned, literally crores of rupees, he spent only for the service of the Ramakrishna order. For serving the Ramakrishna order, the whole money he spends. So when he passes away, his wife takes it. She goes to all the centers. Wherever help is needed, she helps the center financially. It's all because the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. So then another person, Ramlal. Ramlal, all of you know, he was serving Sri Ramakrishna, related to Sri Ramakrishna. So then he calls Ramlal, come, come. He's calling him to bless him, you see. He's standing in a distance, he's not coming forward. He calls him, come on, come. Then he touches him. Again, this magic divine touch of Sri Ramakrishna. So here he says, the effect of the divine touch. So previously when I used to meditate, it all used to be dry. Sometimes I used to see the face of my Ishta, sometimes the lotus feet of the Ishta and all that. But it was all dry. It was never live. But when Sri Ramakrishna touched me, I see the living form of my Ishta in my heart. Living, luminous form of the Lord I am seeing in. So then comes another devotee, Vaikuntanath Sanyal. This is very interesting, this Vaikuntanath Sanyal. So before coming to this Kalpataru incident, sometime earlier, he gets mantra from Sri Ramakrishna. He is practicing as guided by Sri Ramakrishna. So when he comes to the great master and pleads him, please give me something, then Sri Ramakrishna said, I have given you everything already. Means that I have given the mantra that I have given to you. So then he said, when you say it must be that only, but make me aware that you have given me everything. So then Sri Ramakrishna just touches him. See that magic that created, the divine magic touch of Sri Ramakrishna. So the moment he touched him, so he is seeing the luminous form of Sri Ramakrishna, the cheerful face of Sri Ramakrishna, smiling face of Sri Ramakrishna, where? Everywhere. All round is Vishwarupa of Sri Ramakrishna. The smiling, cheerful face. Everywhere. Wherever he sees, only Sri Ramakrishna, everywhere. So just visualize the experience, how it is. He is seeing the people, same time seeing Sri Ramakrishna in them. So it requires some visualization. You can close your eyes, visualize, then you will know what exactly he is undergoing. So he was in a very blissful state. So seeing Sri Ramakrishna everywhere, the Vishwarupa Darshana, what Arjuna saw in Krishna. So here he is seeing the Vishwarupa of Sri Ramakrishna. So he has become Sarvavyapi, Sarvantaryami, everywhere Sri Ramakrishna only is seeing. So he was so happy, so joyful. So he goes on with his experience, enjoying the divine bliss, enjoying the Ananda. So 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So slowly he develops one problem. What is that problem? He is not able to go to his office or attend to his duties. So he is feeling what to do now. I have to attend my duties, take care of the family, children, all that. If I remain in this state like this, what shall I do? So imagine, so many of us get frustrated in spiritual life. We do little japa in the morning, little japa in the evening, little prayer and complain to God. Nothing you are giving me. So when it gives, what happens? So he feels miserable. Then what happens? He prays to Sri Ramakrishna. What did he pray? I am not able to hold on to this wonderful experience. Please take it back from me. నా వల్ల కావట్లేదు ఈ అనుభవం ఉంచుకోవడానికి, తీసేసుకోండి మళ్ళీ అని ప్రార్థన చేశాడు. So when he prayed like that, so immediately that experience was withdrawn from him. So then the feeling that arose in him, he says, what kind of a fool I am. Out of ignorance I prayed to Sri Ramakrishna to withdraw this experience. What would have, I would have died, what does it matter? So I made a grave mistake in praying to Sri Ramakrishna to withdraw the experience. But Sri Ramakrishna is so gracious that he has kept that experience in me even now, not continuously. Now and then I have a glimpse of that experience, he says. So then Sharadanandaji comments on this experience and he says, this experience of the spiritual experience, he compares what it is. If an elephant enters a small pond, what happens? The whole pond gets disturbed. It becomes dirty. So like that, when this experience comes to an individual, like an elephant entering into a small pond, it disturbs the whole of your personality. Suppose same elephant enters in the ocean, nothing happens to the ocean. So we must prepare ourselves to receive this experience. So then only it is possible to sustain that experience. So then he says, the desirelessness is the one quality needed to sustain this experience. So then he said, people like Brahmanandaji. So Brahmanandaji, one disciple asked him, "You are the spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna. He has given you everything. But why do you go on meditating and doing sadhana, tapas, 24 hours, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day? You go on doing meditation, so you go into bhava, go into samadhi all the time. Why are you doing all this tapas?" So then Brahmanandaji said, it is true. Sri Ramakrishna gave me everything. But what he gave, I must make it my own. What does it mean by that? I must become fit instrument to sustain that experience which Sri Ramakrishna gave, the grace he gave. Suppose we are fed with very rich food. So how many have the capacity to digest that food, derive strength out of that? It's like giving a very rich food. You must have the capacity to digest that food when we take. Derive strength from there. Otherwise, you get indigestion. So that is very important. Here he says that.